a lower voltage running through our sockets.
So we have a voltage that's on 24 hours throughout the day. They can turn theirs off?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'd rather the off button.
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we are back with another American reaction.
Yes.
We're super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down, hit the red subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell because we're on the road to 50K. And we cannot get there without you guys.
Facts.
All right? But before we get started,
before we get into our
we're
video,
back to the good stuff.
Yes.
We're back to who we are, the happy,
yes,
Demouchets, the laughing, all of that good stuff. We are not politicians, guys.
Right.
And of course, we are active voters who, you know, we do all of that stuff in our private life. Okay, so all of the videos we are reacting to, and we're learning some things that we know, but we are seeing in a different light.
Yes.
We're taking that knowledge and we're putting some action behind it.
Yeah,
okay, because y'all getting a little bit too brutal. Y'all think we biting. We ain't biting.
Nah,
okay?
Yeah, again, y'all, we just coming up in here, we doing the video, and we giving you guys real reactions. Again,
yes,
like she said, it is shocking, it is puzzling to hear it in a different light, and to even see people react to it, you feel me? But we are Americans, and we live in America, and we know half of the stuff that goes on, so don't come at us as thinking that we are...
You should do something.
Yeah, like we got the change factors behind our back.
Right, we are. Doing what we can do.
We're doing the most we can do right now. That's what we got.
Alright, so back to being ourselves. I felt what it felt like to be a president. A little tiny inch.
A tiny inch. I can only imagine.
Child could never.
Woo.
I'm going to stick to doing what I do.
Yeah, come on with it now.
And helping people get through their days, okay? Because reactions help people get through their days. There's a lot of people. We got to go back to the purpose of this channel. All right? There's a lot of people who depends on the Demouchets to make them smile, make them happy, get them through, you know, their tough moments. And we know these things because we talk to our people.
We talk to y'all.
And y'all making it a little bit hard to talk to our people.
Yeah.
Because some of y'all be disrespectful.
For free.
For
no reason.
For no reason.
Just to do it.
Just to do it.
Just because you may not like America or something like that.
And then y'all talking about, I don't like Americans. What we do to y'all?
Not a thing.
Us, the Demouchets.
Facts. You gotta remember now. You gotta remember, this is America, but then we have the people in it that is minding their business. You feel me? You mind our business doing what we do. So
yeah. So let us help our people get through their day, okay? Facts. And stop making it hard to read the comment section. Now back to it. Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
The land of the free and the home of the brave. And apparently, huge freezing cold houses with weird sockets. Wait, what's so strange about American homes? Well, anytime I invite my non-American friends over to my house, they're happy to point out how bizarre it is.
I've heard that before.
For example, 1. Big houses. First of all, not all Americans have huge houses.
True.
Plenty of people rent small apartments, and houses come in all different sizes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll agree that the typical American home is pretty big and spacious compared to other countries, where the average square footage for European houses is about 1,500 feet.
That's not that small.
It's 2,700 feet
so
in the
one
U.S.
bedroom is not that small.
I guess the numbers don't lie. Number 2, a
Okay,
room for everything. To fill our giant houses, we've got a room.
Wait a minute, I want to see what they're going to say. Because they said a room for everything. And I know some people who have rooms just for their clothes and their shoes.
Come on, yeah.
But I wondered, like, do y'all have studies? That would be interesting. Well, no, I do think y'all have studies. Because on the Crown, they had studies.
Okay, yeah.
But that is the Royals.
I would think they have a study room.
Okay.
For pretty much anything you can imagine. If you can count closets as tiny rooms, and they kind of are when you think about it, every American home has multiples of those.
Yes.
There are closets for clothes in each bedroom, usually one near the front door for coats and shoes, one in the bathroom or hallway for towels, one in the kitchen in the form of a pantry. Yeah, we love storage space that's built into the house. Those big wardrobes
Very
you might get from
clean.
IKEA
Cleanliness.
aren't really a thing here. Huge personal washers and dryers.
Gotta wash them clothes.
Speaking of rooms, there's also usually one just for doing laundry.
Right.
Also, most Americans have both a washer and a separate dryer, and they tend to be big too. My European friends tell me that their washer is in the kitchen or bathroom.
I've heard that
and they
too.
hang their
Yeah.
clothes to dry.
We used
But
to do that
again,
back in the day.
I'm sure it
Yeah.
comes down to the issue of space. Still, even if a person in the U.S. doesn't have their own, they just go down to the laundromat to
I
use
hate
the
that.
machines there.
I need my
You
own.
won't see many Americans hand washing their clothes or hanging them to dry. I mean, who has time for that? 4. Basements. And here's yet another way to have plenty of storage space. Or, of course, if you're in the Midwest, basements serve as a shelter when a tornado hits.
Yeah,
But
that's the
besides
yeah.
storage and tornado safety, a lot of American homes have gorgeous finished basements that serve as another living space.
Yeah, that's really
It
dope.
might be in the
That's
form
cool.
of a guest room or a recreational area to hang out in. 5. The abandoned dining room.
The abandoned
And
dining
there are
room.
some rooms that we don't even use at all. Okay, maybe
Decoration?
this just applies to my family, but we never use the dining room. It's there. We have a beautiful dining table, but we always just take our dinner to the living room and watch TV while we eat. Hey, dinner and a movie. 6.
Okay, hold on,
Serious
hold on,
about
hold on.
fire.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna make a comment on that as well.
Oh, I thought you was gonna go. Okay, first of all, the dining room, the type of people we are, we wouldn't put like, you know how we'll have like a bar and then there's a space for a table and then some houses there's like a extra dining room. We would make that into like our kids' playroom.
Yeah.
Any room that we could have like an extra space, playroom.
Right.
So we use up our space.
Yeah, like even if there's like big traditional moments, like let's say a big old dinner or something like that, we probably would have it all where people would probably have their own little seats and they could just chill and watch the TV or conversate or even go outside and eat if they're like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how they do. But for
Right.
dining rooms, areas, I feel like sometimes it is for like probably decoration at some point where you could just have it like that. And if you're that type of family and you like those traditional meals, they will have everything set up so nicely and pretty. And again, it still look like a form of decoration. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
yeah, the kids' playroom is definitely a go.
Definitely.
Definitely a go.
Safety. More specifically, I'm talking about having multiple smoke alarms throughout the house. I personally
All
have
them
one in
beeping.
the kitchen, another in the hallway, and one in each bedroom. That's what the National Fire Protection Association recommends.
You know how to
And
get
I'm
inside here
probably not
sometimes?
alone in following their guidelines to a T. Fire safety is taken so seriously in the States
Yes.
that landlords can get in big trouble if they don't immediately fix a non-working smoke alarm for their tenants.
Ooh.
And perhaps it's for fire safety or just a convenience thing. But I've always had an electric stove in any house I've lived in. Gas stoves aren't as popular as they
I
are
love gas
elsewhere in the
stoves.
world.
Especially if you're a cook.
7.
Gas stoves are dope.
Wall-to-wall carpeting.
Oh,
This
man.
point will
that.
often depend on how old
It's
a
a
house
hassle.
is, because a lot of the old ones have wooden floors. But most homes, especially the newer ones, have wall-to-wall carpeting in every room. Well, not the kitchen or bathroom, of course, but everywhere else, it's carpeted.
Gotta
Is
keep
this
them
really
clean if
just
you
an
don't have
American
it.
thing? If you're from another country, you'll have to let me know down below. 8. How low can you go? Now, my European friends find my toilet quite fascinating and mildly confusing. I guess toilets in the U.S. sit lower than the ones in Europe do.
Oh wow.
It's not because we're necessarily
it's the
shorter,
opposite.
I can't
or
have my
that it's
feet
more
dangling.
comfortable for us.
No.
Low-sitting toilets actually
Oh,
serve a
man.
purpose. Being closer to the ground is a healthier and more natural way to, do your numbers. Before we even had commodes, our caveman ancestors squatted on the ground. So, just trying to keep it all natural over here. And, well, civilized too, of course. 9. Toilet bowls full of water. You didn't think I was done talking about toilets,
I
did
thought you was.
Okay,
Yeah.
one more toilet fact for the day. In the U.S., they're full of water. On his first visit to the States, one of my friends actually thought my toilet was clogged. Nope, all that water is totally normal and serves several purposes as well. First of all, it keeps the bowl from getting too dirty and staining the porcelain.
Right.
Facts.
That way, we don't have to use the brush as often.
Woo.
It also minimizes smells.
You're
But
right.
there is a downside of more splashing, if you know what I mean.
Oh, God.
And I think you do.
This is getting weird.
10. One faucet
Wait.
to rule them all. I
I need to know. If it's not full of water where you are, let me know the reason.
So when it flushes, it just kicks out. It must have a high water
Or do
pressure.
you have to put the water? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I don't
conversating.
want to. Yeah.
Do we want to go that way? Do you want to know?
I do.
You do?
For when we do visit. Like,
Okay, but
if the water's not already in the toilet.
then that means that it's gonna smell. It's gonna smell.
Let us know.
Water is like a safe place. Like it traps.
Yeah.
The
I'm
odor.
thinking like kids. Like, oh God, just let us know.
Chocolate, mommy.
Oh. Jeez.
What is
I've done a
bad?
lot of
Tell your
traveling.
hand,
I
baby.
have been to the UK, and I
bad
was
stuff.
flabbergasted by the separate faucets in the bathroom. How do you guys use those anyways? I have to wash my hands under scalding hot or freezing cold water separately.
Together. You
Jump
create
back and
warm
forth
water.
between the two.
They
In
have
the
it
US,
separate.
sinks always have just one
We have it
faucet,
separate.
and you can customize the temperature of the water however you like.
Yeah.
Now, as for getting that perfect temperature when you're taking a shower, don't
Hot.
even get me started on that.
Just hot, baby.
11. Crank up the AC. Yeah, most of us leave the AC running all through the summer instead of opening a window or using a fan.
It's too hot for that.
Probably not the most cost-efficient solution, especially in a big house.
We don't
but
care about
it
the
just
cost of the
feels
summer.
So
We don't.
nice. The same goes for cranking the heat up in the winter. You won't see many radiators in the U.S. 12. Wearing shoes inside. Most of the world has a pretty strict policy about taking
Most of
your
the world.
shoes off at the
I
front door.
understand that.
But
Yeah.
that's not really the case here. Most families are totally okay with wearing shoes inside around the house, as long as they're not muddy or anything. Sure,
Yeah.
there are those American families that don't do it. So, if you're
Yes.
ever in the States, it's customary to ask if you need to take your shoes off at the front door.
Yeah, no, I still get looked at by my wife because I don't be taking my shoes off sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's a norm, but at the same time, it's like, oh, I do it, but then I don't do it.
Right.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
That definitely depends on families and like their cleanliness, because like a lot, you don't know, you're stepping in the grass when you go walk the dog, you're stepping in the store,
And a spill, maybe. You never know.
you never know, and you're tracking all of those germs in your house.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
what if you went to a public restroom, you know?
Yeah, basically, and I was gonna mention that you clean a lot. So like, whenever you're doing the floors and whatnot, you, especially after you get done from doing the floors, like, hey, you guys, can y'all just leave your shoes off? Because
Yeah.
our kids, they love to go outside and they play in the
Right.
dirt, y'all. Like, they go crazy out there. But whenever they come back in, we just gotta make sure they, even with our dog, like,
The
you know what I'm
dog.
saying? We can't make him kick his paws off, but
Now we gotta clean this
at
paw.
the same time, we gotta clean his paws off because we don't want mud tracking and stuff like
Or
that. So
ticks, and you know, you just never know.
it even goes back to the carpet, the carpet doing all
Oh,
the
yeah,
four walls.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I'd rather not have carpet all throughout the house. I'd rather it just in the bedrooms. That's it.
Yeah, a nice clean wax looking floor. That'd
Yeah.
be dope.
Most of the time, the answer will be, nah, you're fine. 13. Switchless sockets.
Someone
Now,
said
apparently in Europe, you have a switch to either allow the power to flow by turning a button on or cutting it by
I agree
switching
with
it
What you
that.
off.
prefer though? What you
In
prefer?
America, you don't have this option. And
Yeah,
that's
it's
most
just
likely
on all the
because of the
time.
fact
So
that we
you-
have a lower voltage running through our sockets.
So we have a voltage that's on 24 hours throughout the day. They can turn theirs off.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'd rather the off button, but then the kids would be able to cut it on too, huh?
I wouldn't want them to though.
So is there like a way that you block it from the kids?
A
or-
safety has that little plug in that you put in.
Yeah, for us. But with them, they have an option to cut it on or off.
Even by turning it on and off, like you know how they have that little plug thing that you could just put in. Like we have a new socket.
A
yeah,
cover.
when you have that new one, you could take that plastic piece off and put it back on. Especially if it's on and off. But I love that idea.
Yeah, I do, because a lot of kids be playing with sockets.
See, if we had that, electricity companies would kind of be like upset with us.
Yeah, because they'd be like,
Because
you're conserving.
You're conserving a lot of energy and we're not getting our own money.
Right.
Your billing is really low today.
It'll be off.
Are you
all
home?
the time.
Are you home today?
So the risk of shocking yourself when you unplug something without turning the socket off first isn't as high. 14. No tea kettle in the kitchen. The U.S. is mostly a coffee drinking country.
No, I like tea too.
So we don't really use tea kettles. And if you're thinking, well, what about a kettle to boil water for instant coffee? The answer to that, my friend, is that most homes have a coffee maker to brew it fresh. 15. Garbage disposals.
I love my garbage disposal.
The convenience of rinsing your plate right in the sink, flipping the switch, and sending all that ground up food down the drain. Garbage disposals are a lot more common in the States. In fact, over 50% of American homes have one. I imagine it comes down to better sanitation and avoiding raunchy smells coming from your trash can. 16. Flags everywhere. Americans really do love to display the old Star-Spangled Banner. So most homes here have at least one hanging outside the house. But it's not just our national flag we like to hoist. A lot of people have a flag with their favorite football team or the college they went to on it. What can I say? We like flags. 17. Pristine lawns.
Oh my God.
And finally, surrounding that big house full of rooms, closets, carpet, and weird sockets, we have our beautiful lawns. Okay, the perfect pristine kind are usually only found in the suburbs.
Yeah, some people take it to heart.
Like, Americans like to take care of their yard.
Gotta be perfect.
Plus, most neighborhoods have rules about it. Even if you
Stay
don't
off
want
my grass.
to, you often have to keep your lawn mowed and free of leaves or clutter. Everything's got to look nice and clean. And now, whether you're American or not, which of these things apply to your house? Let me know down in the comments. If you learned something new,
we're always learning something new, man, and you guys are always learning something new with us as well. Okay, that's I wasn't too puzzled. The only thing that really I like enjoyed was the socket.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one as well. I'm still puzzled from the toilet. Because y'all have toilets. So I'm just confused on the water thing. I'm just confused on that. And I do understand it could be to conserve water when you're not using it.
Right.
But that was puzzling.
Yeah, and that's just a private moment that everyone have for themselves. Let me just say it. And that's why it's so hard to really get in depth about the conversation, because it's a private moment.
Right.
I don't think people want to be open about their privacy. But I'm saying they have it set up.
We got some good supporters who be filling us in.
They have it set up though to where their toilets don't have water at the bottom of the drop. See what I'm saying?
I don't know. A lot of the things, it was like, okay, yeah, I understand, you know. And the good thing about it is, not good thing, but what makes us all diverse is that we all don't have the same rules and values for our house. But I appreciate my mini closets. I appreciate that, and my washer and dryer. Yeah. But of course, some of us has been taught the old way of how to wash our clothes by hand and then go dry it out. Yeah. You know, just in case the power went out or something. We all know how to do those things.
Yeah, and I mean it's acceptable too. Like till this day, you can still do that. You can take your clothes out, put them on the line, and let them air dry.
Yeah, your drawers, your big drawers.
Big drawers, your big bras. There wasn't no shots thrown there. It was. No. I'm just making sure.
I was talking about like women's underwear. Like I remember being a kid and like going down the street and seeing women's underwear on the line.
Big little boxing briefs that be hanging down on the street lines too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some stuff.
Alright guys, we hope you all enjoyed this video. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you would like to support the channel that way. And we have our mailing address information in the description. If you would like to send us something from your country, your culture, anything you'd like to send us, we'll be eager to read about it and all of that good stuff. We'll see you soon.
Peace.